second. There it is.
Ah, there it is. Oh, GG's guys, you guys are great
GG's
people.
boys.
GG.
Get the fuck out! Get the fuck out!
Rare recently dropped Season 8 into Sea of Thieves, and with this new season they introduced something a lot of players have been waiting desperately for, a PvP mode. In this new mode, you can choose between two factions to fight for, Guardians of Fortune or Servants of the Flame. Once you decide who to fight for, you'll be matched up against someone from the opposite faction.
What the hell?
The goal is to, well, sink the opposing ship. Once you sink your enemy, you gain a small amount of allegiance for the faction you're fighting for. After you reach allegiance level 100 for a faction, you're rewarded with a unique curse that will let your enemies know the absurd amount of time you spent playing this absolutely painful game mode. I quickly realized that playing this mode was not the most enjoyable experience. Due to all the core problems in Sea of Thieves, such as bad hit reg,
How the fuck did he not die?
It's still going.
one jump, I sniped cannon. I double sniped Kenny, he doesn't die! And infinite black screens.
2,000 years later.
And the annoying things like getting one balled.
For now, I can cannon.
It felt like oftentimes the winner was simply whoever was the luckiest, especially when I was solo slooping. Solo slooping in general, but specifically in this game mode, could potentially be the most boring thing that you could think of. It got so boring during this one match that we decided to just stop bucketing.
I vote we ram our ships into each other, anchor down, and what happens, happens. Shoot, if your ship's here, I don't know if Mutt's gonna make it. Oh, he took a bucket! It's all good. I wouldn't even be mad at this loss.
In another match, we ended up fighting for nearly an hour, and it got so boring to the point where we decided to just roll a dice to determine the winner.
Alright, I got a 12. You got a 15.
Here you are, sir. One Krabby Patty.
GG, bro. Good fight.
Oh yeah, this has been a good one.
Another major issue with this game mode is the queue times. A lot of the times you find yourself waiting 10 to 20 minutes for the match to start. One time I was waiting for around 45 minutes and forgot to move my mouse, so I got a lazy beard and lost my ship that had over 700 cannonballs on it. Then when you do find a match, you'll sometimes spawn into some unfortunate circumstances, such as people in an alliance, so you're forced to fight multiple ships as a solo.
Oh, hell no! Oh my fucking god!
Spawning right into a rock.
Bruh. What? Where is a fucking rock?
And also spawning into the dense fog that makes it basically impossible to see anything more than 10 meters in front of you. One time we spawned into the most dense fog I'd ever seen, so we all joined an Xbox party and decided to park our ships right next to each other in TDM until the fog cleared up.
Okay.
Perfect.
There is she.
When the fog cleared up, we reset and fought a fair fight.
That was good chilling, guys.
Best of luck.
Yes,
GG's.
GG's, guys. Some of my weirdest spawns were when I invaded a guy fishing at an outpost who had zero clue what was going on. And then when I swatted to a guy doing a Legend of the Veil voyage who was already being chased by another Reaper 5. The other Reaper 5 ended up giving me the win by sinking the Athena ship for me.
Dude, it is what it is.
Now I know I've been kind of tearing into this game mode, but of course since it is Sea of Thieves after all, there were some quality moments.
Are you serious right now, bro?
Ain't no fucking way, bro.
I'm in the motherfucking air, bitch.
Double kill.
OMG, you are so fat.
Oh, you fat son of a bitch.
Merry Christmas.
Jules, if you're a kid, don't wanna fucking go kill yourself, fucking sweat.
A bunch of douchebags.
Rare also recently made it so that when a ship sinks, barrels filled with all their supplies will float to the surface for you to easily pick up. This was one of the greatest quality of life changes they've made in a long time. However, it's not always the safest way to collect supplies. Now, if you're like me and you're not exactly a PvP god,
What the fuck? What the fuck?
the most efficient way to unlock these new curses is to sell all the flags you have and lower your hourglass after going on a small win streak. Personally, I like lowering at 4 to gain additional allegiance, and then rinse and repeat. Nothing hurts more than being on a nice little win streak, and then sinking and losing your hourglass value without being able to lower it to get that extra allegiance. So remember not to get too cocky, and lower and sell flags every once in a while to get every bit of allegiance that you can. Plus, you'll usually get a nice chunk of gold each time as well. After what felt like forever, I managed to get allegiance level 50 for both factions.
Let's go! Job's not finished.
Subscribe so you don't miss part 2 where I get the final 100 combined levels to unlock both curses.